Justin, latest Q post says Trump is speaking directly to us here at the QAnon board. Hi, I'm Craig and welcome to Just Informed Talk. I start out each episode by thanking each and every one of my subscribers. You guys are really the salt of the earth. You're what make this channel work. Without you, this channel would not be possible. So thank you so much for coming here. If you haven't yet, come here to this landing page and click the big red subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications. That way you'll be informed as soon as these videos get posted. Because as I always say, as soon as this information is made available to me, I make it available to you, and we have new Q posts to get into. What is it? Okay. Well, here is the actual post, and you guys can read for yourself. These are three Twitter posts by Donald Trump. You know, we can go over and look at his Twitter and see that they're all here. And first, there's this one. The Second Amendment will never be repealed as much as Democrats would like to see this happen. And despite the words yesterday of former Supreme Court Justice Stevens, no way. We need more Republicans in 2018 must always hold the Supreme Court. That's incredibly great to hear. And I'll get into Q and what he says that this is a message to us and how it is. So that was the first one. Now the second one. For years, and through many administrations, everyone said that peace and the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula was not even a small possibility. Now, there is a good chance that Kim Jong-un will do what is right for his people and for humanity. Look forward to our meeting. I mean, here are the proofs of Q again and again. He's showing us that Trump is a part of this. Trump is a part of the QAnon, and he is a part of this dissemination of information that we're all experiencing here together in real time. Now the next one. Received message last night from Xi Jinping of China that his meeting with Kim Jong-un went very well and that Kim looks forward to his meeting with me. In the meantime, and unfortunately, maximum sanctions and pressure must be maintained at all costs. Well, there you go. So how does this all relate back to Q? All right, well, let's go look. Now, what Q says about this, he says, notice any similarities? We are talking to you. Trust the plan. Now, yes, the similarities. Well, I mean, let's just go down. Guns are safe, right here. He's telling us. Far before this tweet ever was put out there. Talking about North Korea and Kim and them meeting together. I mean, I'm literally getting goosebumps. As we were talking about this, it's just an incredible time to be alive. And if you guys want to go over this again, go to my last video and you guys will get a full rundown. It's this one right here. I posted it last night. It's called QAnon, SEAL Team 6 and White House Secured. It goes through all these posts that were these are the newest and latest Q posts. So if you want to get a good look at that and a good breakdown on that, go check out that video. But for this video, we're going to talk mainly about what Q just posted today, this morning, and how this all goes together. So first things first, we are going to review one thing from the previous posts here. Okay, now when they talked about Sergey Brin, I did pull up a brief history of Sergey Brin, and I just want to point out to one of the commenters, you know, you guys are really the best in the comment boards, but she points out, Cheryl does here, that Sergey Brin was married to AN0N, and I can't say that name, I've tried it before, but she's the CEO of 23andMe, and her sister just so happens to be the CEO of YouTube, okay? And they can't make this stuff up, okay? And this is what Q is pointing to. These people are sick. These people are evil. Now, who is 23andMe and CEO? Well, I have a lot of theories about 23andMe, and I'm not going to get too deep into them before I cover exactly who she is and how she's the ex-wife of Sergey Brin. But, okay, so in my opinion, I really want to hear what you guys have to say about this in the comments, because it's something that I've kind of thought to myself for quite a while about these DNA registries and websites. Now, imagine this, okay? You have these people who have control of your entire life. They know what videos you like. They know what websites you go to. They know what places you visit online. And they know your DNA, and they can associate all these things together and put them into huge databases. And then I've heard theories, or rumors I should say, and I don't want to be a peddler of rumors, but let me know what you think about this in the comments, because I've heard that, well, let's just say, I'll take this one on my own. It's my theory that they can take your DNA and they can catalog it, and then they can use it to create cures for sicknesses that they could actually eventually charge you for in the future. Now, I think I'm getting a little off on a tangent here, so we'll just jump right back. But I don't trust the 23andMe or any of those Ancestry, where they want you to send your DNA and then hook you into this big database, and it just seems like modern day eugenics to me, and that's just where I'll leave it. But so AN0N was married to Sergey Brin of Google. I mean, look at the nexus. You have YouTube, Google, and 23andMe. So now they tie your DNA into all your search engine, to all your video watching. This is it, okay? This is what Q is talking about here when he's talking about Google in North Korea, and talking about how you can't imagine the magnitude of this. It's a constitutional crisis because our rights have been violated so severely by Twitter, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and the other 12, who are going to be named later, I'm sure, as more information becomes available. So, and if you guys have any info on the other 12, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. But this is what he's talking about. And as you can see, AN0N, her sister, her sister, I'm sorry, I'm not seeing her name. I'm drawing a blank on her sister's name right now. Susan Wojcicki, excuse me. And I've actually covered her in past videos. She was a former executive at Google and the CEO of YouTube now. And she's the one who's putting together all of these algorithm implementations, censoring and kicking people off, and getting the Southern Poverty Law Center in with 10,000 people to basically thought police YouTube. And it's just incredible, the nexus between all of these people that we are seeing now. Now, going back to this most recent post from Q about Donald Trump's Twitter, we have so much here. Now, first I want to take a little clip that I think is kind of important about the Second Amendment here, and just let you guys know. Okay, so here's where it comes down to. The Second Amendment debate is pretty much a lose-lose for, I think, the Democrats. I don't think that they're going to win this, but it depends on how many people like us stand up and take notice and get really pissed off, excuse my language, about the fact that these people are acting against us, okay? And here's a little clip just about what Justice Stevens said, and we're going to look at this really quick. So here's a quick rundown of what we're going to see here. It says, the retired Supreme Court Justice says to repeal the Second Amendment. He served from 1975 to 2010. He was nominated by President Ford. And Elena Kagan was the one who replaced him. Yeah, exactly. So I will leave that for you. Here's a great little cutout from one of his statements here. In John Paul Stevens on repealing the Second Amendment, he says, "These demonstrations demand our respect. They reveal the broad public support for legislation to minimize the risk of mass killings of school children and others in our society. But the demonstrators should seek more effective and more lasting reform. They should demand a repeal of the Second Amendment." This is him yesterday. This is a former Supreme Court justice advocating for the repeal of the Second Amendment. If that doesn't terrify people and show you what kind of state that this country is going into and get you motivated to get out there and make a difference, I don't know what will. And I think the important thing to note here is that we don't talk a lot about Antonin Scalia. Now, there's a lot of theories about what was going on at that ranch when he died. I'm not going to touch that yet, but I will say this. Listen, there is a reason why people aren't around anymore, okay? And these people at the top, I'm not saying John Paul Stevens or even insinuating Antonin Scalia, I'm just saying that there are people at the top who have power, who abuse it, who abuse children, who abuse the rights of the American people, who abuse the system in which they are working, and they are the ones who are the loudest voices. As Q points out, you need to watch the loudest voices because those are the most guilty. Okay? And what we are dealing with here is beyond the pale of any comparison anyone could ever make. You have Q pointing out what Parkland was. I'm not going to get into whether it was anything or was not. You guys know for yourselves. Go write in the comments. Let me know what you think about it. But he says actors are acting. Fake. No power. But guns are safe, okay? And if you look at this, I think there's so much more here that can be talked about because Q's laying it out. And people want to call Q fake, and they want to talk about how they're in their little NSA, ex-NSA people, and they know everything, and you know it's all a psyop, and it's whatever. What is a psyop about this? The truth. What is a psyop about letting us know the truth? What is a psyop about telling us things that are going to happen? What is a psyop about any of this? Working with the military to ensure that the country is safe. What is a psyop about that? Okay? Do we really believe for 1 second that this is all just some to use a term from a person who is of note, a canard? Okay? The canard is the people in power who are trying to tell us, don't look here, there's nothing to see here. The canard is censorship by Sergey Brin and his ex-wife and her sister controlling all the means of communication in order to make things okay for the midterm elections, to fix what happened in 2016 where the American people's voice was actually heard. Okay? So, again, if you guys want to go through the rest of these, I really encourage you to watch my last video. It covers all that kind of in detail. And you guys can definitely feel free to comment and leave your thoughts there. Because I'm still reading through all the comments there, and I'll read through all these comments. So that is definitely something that I think we should all look at. And, you know, you just look at Donald Trump's latest tweets. And we are being communicated through this board. And he says they announced a great trade deal with South Korea. And it was between the Korean-U.S. deal. And it was important for security relationships. Oh, all right. And now this is something, the latest tweet from Donald Trump that I want to get into for just 1 second. And I want to cover something that I think is very important to all of this. And it's an interview that was on Tucker last night where he is interviewing the sheriff of Orange County in California, who is, in my honest opinion, a true patriot, a true, the epitome of what you want in a sheriff and in a law enforcement officer, somebody who stands up for what's right and protects people. But you can see here, Donald Trump says, my administration stands in solidarity with the brave citizens in Orange County, defending their rights against California's illegal and unconstitutional sanctuary policies. California's sanctuary laws release known dangerous criminals into communities across the state. All citizens have the right to be protected by federal law and strong borders. Now here we're going to play this clip, so hold on 1 second. It's really, really fascinating.
Orange County Board in Orange County, California, has voted to join the Trump administration's lawsuit against California and its sanctuary state law. Sandra Hutchins is sheriff of Orange County and has fought that law by publicly posting the release times of illegal immigrant inmates. California AG Javier Becerra told Fox News producer Dan Gallo he may have Sheriff Hutchins arrested for that watch.
State law is state law, and it's my job to enforce state law. I will do so, and we want to make sure that every jurisdiction, including Orange County, understand what state law requires of the people and the subdivisions of the state of California.
I mean, does that mean a lawsuit against the sheriff's department or arrest of the sheriff?
Listen, I think I just answered that. Okay, thanks very much.
So right there, just let me clarify what you just saw, in case it wasn't clear enough by Tucker made. That was the Attorney General of the state of California making a press conference talking about how they are going to enforce these illegal and unconstitutional laws. And a reporter rightfully asked, does that mean you're going to arrest the sheriff of Orange County? And he just says, laws are laws. Now let's hear from the sheriff of Orange County. She has a very interesting insight into this, and Tucker's going to go ahead and talk to her right now.
Sheriff Hutchins joins us tonight. Sheriff, a lot of people on the East Coast are waking up to what's going on in California, but it seems like we're moving toward a crisis here. Is that the way it seems to you?
No, it's not a crisis. It's as a sheriff of Orange County, I feel responsible for the public safety of the citizens of our county.
Yes.
SB 54 does not allow for that. And so I have started yesterday posting the names and dates of release of all our inmates. It's publicly accessible to all of the community, and that is well within the law provided by SB 54.
Right. What I meant by crisis is you're the chief law enforcement officer of your county, one of the biggest counties in the state. The chief law enforcement officer of the state, the attorney general, is threatening to arrest you. I've never heard of anything like that happening in any state, at least in my lifetime.
And I haven't either, and I find it interesting. Maybe he better read SB 54 again, because I don't think he understands what the law says, and what I'm doing is entirely within the confines of the law, and I'm doing what I think is important for my constituents.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, so what this sheriff has chosen to do is to take people who have been convicted of crimes such as spousal abuse, sex with a minor, really, really bad guys. And she's decided to make their release dates public information because they're here illegally, okay? And they are the criminals. So, I mean, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. That's common sense to put that out there for ICE so they can go pick them up and get them out of here, because we don't need these people here. As Trump would say, they're bad hombres, okay? Now, that's going to be it for this episode. I'm going to keep you posted as soon as more Q posts get put up here. You guys have all this to look forward to. If you want to break down the last one again, go check out the latest episode of Just Informed Talk. But that's going to be it for this one. I want to say thank you to everybody who subscribed. The best way, if you're looking for a way to contribute and help the channel, the best way to do it is to come here and click the big red subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications so you'll be notified. That's the easiest way to help out the channel. Second best way to do it is to go down and comment in the videos, because this whole channel is based on creating a dialogue between everyone and getting everyone involved so that we can have our own, like I say, QAnon research board at the end of each one of these videos. So we have tens of thousands of comments over the last however many videos, and just incredible insights, incredible thoughtful analysis, great words of inspiration, great Bible verses. Just so many great people with great thoughts. You know, I hear as today you saw, we pointed out to a commenter who actually pointed something out to me that I thought was certainly worth looking at. So if you're looking to get involved with the channel, that's the best way to do it. And even if you don't want to comment, go read through the comments, because you will learn something and you will become a little bit more informed, which is why Just Informed Talk exists in the first place. But another way, if you're looking to help out, that would be great, is for you guys to come here to Patreon.com. You can search Just Informed Talk. It'll bring you here to this landing page. You click the red button to become a patron. I want to say thank you to all my patrons. I can't tell you how much it's amazing. I've asked for help, and you guys are just completely always showing up And it's really incredible. And again, I know I need all the help I can get so I can keep bringing you guys this information and analysis on a daily basis. I know a lot of people look forward to the content. So if you want to help keep the content coming, please come here and contribute. You can give anything from $1 to infinity. There's some cool rewards you can check out. And check out my goal. We're getting there. And yeah, that's awesome. So thank you to everybody who has contributed. And thank you to everybody who's going to come here and check this out. It's really interesting. You'll want to read through my rewards and see what kind of cool stuff you can get from the channel here. Now, with that in mind, I'm going to take a second to talk about the most important thing, as always, God. And I choose to bring this up at every episode because we have to keep him in mind every day we're faced with these trials and tribulations, these social injustices, these cultural upheavals, these people who are acting against us. What does God tell us? He tells us we are stronger with him. God tells us that we have to look to him first. We have to embrace his light and then spread his light. And I always talk about this because we're bringing lightness where there was once darkness, okay? We're shedding light on the evil, and we're bringing good, and we're fighting evil. That's the point. You know, a lot of people in the comments will say so many great things, and I have so many examples of people who just tell me, you know, thank you for what you do, keep it up. But as much as I'm here for them, I'm here for those who don't believe. I'm here for those who think, who've lost their relationship with God. I'm here for those who haven't had the strongest faith lately, who don't maybe believe that there's a great awakening and a battle between good and evil going on. I'm here for them. I want you all to be there for them too. So help me out in the comments. If you see people who are negative, if you see people who seem down, if you see people who aren't truly living their life to the fullest and embracing God, you know, we have to spread his word to them too. And if not them, be the most important. Because that's the whole point of our lives here in this plane of existence. You know, we can fight for good, we can fight for truth, we can fight corruption, and we can do all of those things, but fighting for God, fighting with God behind us against evil. And I'm talking in the metaphysical sense, the spiritual battle that we encounter every day. That's what's most important. So if you're having doubt, if you're having bouts of anxiety or depression, or you're dealing with family problems or work problems, whatever it may be, do me this one favor, okay? Say a quick prayer to God and do it every single day, as many times as you can, okay? And ask God for the guidance. Ask God for the wisdom. Ask God for the clarity of mind to know what's right and what's wrong. Ask God to point your life in the direction that's going to lead you to ultimate success and blessings. And if you do that on a consistent enough basis, you'll eventually end up in a great place, the place that God wants you to be. So that's how you do it. So for those of you who are unaware, that is the trick. Okay? Whatever you need to do every day to get your connection with God and strengthen it, that's what you have to do. Grasp that. Wake up every day like you have the world, because Jesus did die on the cross for your sins, and your eternal life has been granted, been given. You just have to open your heart to him, accept him as your Lord and Savior, and then you become a part of that. Then you can spread this love and this light to everyone else in the world. It's an amazing thing, and it's amazing how it works. So if you don't take anything away from this episode, please take that. And thank you to everybody who is here already and who has subscribed. You guys are really the salt of the earth. You guys are what make this whole channel possible. I'm so thankful to each and every one of you. If you haven't yet, come here, click the big red subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications and comment and get involved with the channel. So that's going to be it for today. I want to say thanks for watching. I'm Craig. This is Just Informed Talk. God bless and Godspeed, Patriots.